So in today's example, we're going to be talking about recursion. What's a recursion? Simply put, it's essentially when a function can call itself. So in our case, we're going to have a function calling itself here in the main function. We're calling this fact. And in this function that we're creating, we're essentially wanting it to go all the way down to 0. Yeah, let's see, return 1, and then return in asterisk fact. So here we're calling itself back to itself. And the reason you would want to do recursion functions is if you have a big problem and you want to break it down into smaller chunks, right? You want to build on it from the perspective of one brick at a time instead of trying to do everything at once. So in this case, we're passing 7 to this fact function, and it's going to keep calling itself until it gets to the point of fact 0. Now, if we add on to this in our example here, this fib function, that in init. So we create our variable fib function. And now we tell fib to equal another function of in, int, and curly brackets if n is less than 2, return n. And return fib n minus 1 plus fib n minus 2. Now we'll sum that all up by doing a print line and calling fib 7. All right, let's save this. Hopefully we didn't screw it up and kick it off. All right, so 5040 and 13. From reading the Wikipedia article, I highly encourage you to go into the recursion and go into the Wikipedia article here that talks about recursions, and it goes into good depth. What I don't get exactly is how it comes to those numbers. But hey, math is math. Never been my strong point. That's what calculators are for. However, the interesting thing is to know with recursions, you're taking a function within a function and calling itself, right? Function inception practically. So instead of taking a problem and trying to solve it in one go, you're using that function to break down that problem into smaller sections so it can add up and get to the main goal of what you're trying to achieve. And that's the main goal of this example to learn, is that you can call functions in itself. Like here, we're adding itself twice for this fib function, right? And by doing that, then we can take these problems and build them down. So like this one, we did 7, we got 13. If we do 2 down here and we hit play for it, we're getting 1 less than, remember, if less than 2, because it's taking it off. So that I do understand. But anyway, just play with this, tinker around with it. It's quite interesting that you can call functions within itself to solve an issue. Imagine we're going to see some interesting examples of this in the future. All right, next up is pointers.